Understanding where the value lies in your business for your customers is really, really important. Really important for your strategy, really important for your value propositions. And that's where the products around becomes a really useful tool. So the concept of the products around is whatever you do as the core of your business only really affects for 20% of the value to the customer, yet conversely probably is 80% of the cost of running your business. Whereas the things that you wrap around your core product offering, your core business, probably only add about another 20% of your costs, but actually equal about 80% of the value to the customer. So you can think of that in the context of an accountant, being an accountant, just a basic, simple, no-frills accountant, 80% of your costs will be in that, but the extra services you wrap around that probably cost you very little is probably where most of the value your customers see in what you do. So how do you build your own products around? So the key here is to start with the market. So look around at the market you work in and ask yourself, what are the customers in our market saying about businesses like ours, businesses that operate in this space? What are the issues? What are the challenges with working with organizations like you? What are the things they want that they can't get? What do they really value? Just really brainstorm out as many almost comments as you can think of that people that you want to sell services to would say about businesses like you, like yours, like your competition, etc. And then what you can start to do is start to say to yourself, what can we build around our core offering that would start to interface with those things, that would start to satisfy those requirements, start to counter those objections, those issues, those challenges with working like businesses like ours. So just to give you a couple of real life examples, so this is a real life example of probably one of the first gyms that moved to the gym model that we see today of 24/7, etc., etc. And they went to market, and then there was all the comments that we would probably recognise of gyms of times gone by: too crowded, full of muscle-bound monkeys. Not open when I want, locked into long contracts. You can read the comments on the screen here, all those types of things. So that's what forced them, down the road. We said, what we really need to do, and by the way, this was a business that was about to go bust, yet is now one of the largest gyms in the world. We need to be open 24/7. We need to get rid of contracts. We need to maybe create family memberships to encourage, a wider demographic into the organisation. This particular model, they killed classes because classes, all they did was swamp the gym when they finished. So there's a whole bunch of things that they could do, and so some of those things you'll recognise in many, many gyms today that basically completely changed the proposition for the customer, and actually not only turn this business around, as I said, but actually saw huge global expansion for them, and actually saw most gyms around the world copy the model. And even, you'll probably recognise when you look at this, when we're doing this recording, but, you look at in this model around a corporate catering business, in a world where customers are at home, customers are tired of cooking, and I'm struggling to retain chefs, suddenly you can start to build things around your model that are very, very different, interfacing with delivery companies, outsourcing your core production of cooking, and now a whole bunch of things that you can do when you start to really assess the world from the outside in rather than from your world out. So that's the products around. Remember that what you do holds less of the value for your customers in comparison to the cost for you to run that business. It's what you wrap around your core business and your core offering that customers truly value, and often doesn't cost you as much to deliver.